It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. Who knows what we're in store for here? All that and more coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Duckworth. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Off-play action, Duckworth. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's fielded at the 45. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
On second down, they'll run it here. Shoves him away. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Operating from the gun, Duckworth. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. When you look at this defense, this unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Here we go now on first and goal. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the carry there, a good run. And now second and goal. Operating from the gun. Duckworth to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we've got third and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of... And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. They'll start on the ground here on first down. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete. When you look at this defense, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 7-7, our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Back to throw. Duckworth. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They're going to look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Throwing to start the drive. Duckworth. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Looking to throw. Duckworth steps away to his left. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, he and his offense was staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Back to throw. Duckworth. And Cook has it left side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking to throw. Duckworth. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Duckworth. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is indeed good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first. He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. They'll look to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
At the 34-yard line.
So we are at halftime here on Halloween as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon,
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 9 yards that time.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
So the completion good for 7 there. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Duckworth. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Duckworth. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
The
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Back to throw again.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 31-yard line.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Looking to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Throwing to start the drive.
Duckworth.
And complete right side to Cook. And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Off the play fake.
Duckworth.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
That's how multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6.
Off-play action.
Duckworth.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The offense on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he's got his big wide receiver complete. 63 yards receiving for him now. That last catch good enough for a 1st down. The tight end in motion right. They'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reynolds. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are just an extra point away now from taking the lead in this game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Throwing to start the drive. Duckworth. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake. Duckworth. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Back to throw. Duckworth. And that is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. Second down and 8.
Brings us second and 8.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
Ball start, offense.
Here's 3rd and a few inches.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Duckworth. Over the middle, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Duckworth. Buying time to his left. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And on now is the punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The situation for them offensively as follows. Trailing 14-13, a little under a minute 50 remaining. A field goal would be a game winner as they come up on first down. He's back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's third down.
Back to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. First and 10. That's complete. It's Cook.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Here's first and 10.
Throwing after the interception. Duckworth.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And they will get the conversion on third down, but the clock, a more pressing factor.
Back to throw. incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
This definitely four-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. This to possibly force OT. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the home team here, they're into the win column for the third time this year as they get the victory here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.